That little device your insurance company mailed you, the one they'll knock 10% off your bill just to plug into your car? Do me a favor and don't plug it in. Not yet. Not until you know exactly what it does. Because it's a tracker, same as the ones I've been showing you how to pull, except this one you volunteer for. You put it in your own dash with your own hands, and you hand them your braking, your speed, and what time of night you drive. And here's the part the ad doesn't mention. On a lot of these, it doesn't just win you a discount, it can raise your rate. Progressive's own numbers say about 1 in 5 people who try theirs end up paying more than they did before. So today I'll show you exactly what it tracks, which companies can hike your bill and which ones legally can't, the folks who actually should plug it in, because I'm not going to pretend it's all bad, and how to get out of it if you already signed up. I'm Hank, 40 years turning wrenches, the last stretch on a dealership floor, and no insurance company pays me a dime. Let me tell you what this thing even is, because it's a different animal from the other 2 boxes I've had you hunting. The factory tracker, the lender's kill switch, those get put in without you really agreeing to anything. This one is the opposite. This one you sign up for, on purpose, for a discount. They call it usage-based insurance, and every big company's got their own. Progressive's is Snapshot. State Farm's is Drive Safe and Save. Allstate's is DriveWise. There's Geico's Drive Easy, Liberty Mutual's Right Track, and on and on. It comes one of 2 ways. Either a little plastic box about the size of a deck of cards that you plug into the OBD port, that's the diagnostic socket down under the dash by your knees, or, more and more these days, it's just an app on your phone. Either way, the deal's the same. Let us watch how you drive, and we'll maybe take something off your premium. So what are they actually watching? More than you'd think. Every hard brake, every jackrabbit start, hard cornering, your speed and whether you go over the limit, your total miles, and 2 that catch people off guard. What time you drive, a lot of these ding you for being out late at night, even if you drove perfectly, and whether you're handling your phone behind the wheel. And when it's the app doing the watching, it's using your phone's GPS to do it, which means it knows where you went and when, not just how you drove. There's one exception worth naming. Nationwide's Smart Ride doesn't watch your phone use, but most of them do. And here's what makes it worse than it sounds. The box doesn't know why you did anything. You stand on the brakes to keep from hitting a deer, or some fool pulls out in front of you and you've got to stop hard. That's good driving. That's you avoiding a wreck. And the box logs it as a hard brake against you, exact same as if you'd been tailgating and daydreaming. It cannot tell the difference. And the phone app version has its own headache. It'll count trips where you weren't even the one driving. You take an Uber, you ride shotgun in a buddy's truck, and that app in your pocket logs his hard braking as yours. Folks have watched their score sink over trips they were just a passenger on. Some companies give you a way to go flag those and correct them, but notice that's on you to catch, not them. Now here's the crux, the thing I most want you to hear because it's where people get burned. For years, these were sold as, you can only win. Worst case, you don't get the discount. That is not true anymore, not everywhere. With a good number of them, a bad score doesn't just cost you the discount, it can raise your premium above what you were already paying. Progressive says it right in their own data. About 1 in 5 Snapshot users end up paying more. Allstate's DriveWise can raise you. So can Geico's Drive Easy, Liberty Mutual, and Travelers, depending on your state. But, and I'll always give you the whole picture, some genuinely can't. State Farm's Drive Safe and Save, Nationwide's Smart Ride, USAA, Farmers, American Family, those are discount only. Worst case with those is you get a smaller discount or none. They can't use it to jack you up. And in a couple of states, New York and North Carolina, the law forbids the surcharge no matter whose program it is. Out in California, they don't even allow Progressive's version at all. So whether this thing can hurt you comes down to two things: which company and which state. And there's a catch inside the catch. That 10% they hand you for signing up, that's a welcome gift. It's temporary. At the end of the monitoring stretch, or at your renewal, they recalculate the whole thing based on how you actually drove, and that's when the number moves. Maryland's insurance department actually looked at this. Of the people enrolled, only about a third saw their bill go down. Nearly a quarter saw it go up, and the rest, no change at all. So that big 30 or 40% they wave around in the commercial, that's the best case anybody ever got, not what lands in a normal person's mailbox. And you can't just quietly stop using the thing if you get cold feet either. Leave the app sitting there dead, and they can treat that as gaming it and pull your discount anyway. You have to formally opt out. More on that in a minute. One more wrinkle, because the app versions are taking over from the plug-in box. There's a company called Root that barely offers you a normal quote at all. You've got to drive around with their app grading you for about a month first, and that score decides whether they'll even insure you and for how much. So with that one, it isn't a discount you opt into, it's a tryout you have to pass. And think about what all of this quietly does to a man over time. You start braking soft when you don't need to. You take the long way around to dodge a road the app doesn't like. You drive like there's somebody in the back seat grading every move, because there is. That's the cost nobody puts a dollar figure on. It doesn't just watch how you drive, it starts changing how you drive, so you'll please a computer at an insurance company. Now, I'll say this once and leave it be. Everything on what these companies and the data brokers actually hold on you, and exactly how to pull your own file back and freeze it so it stops following you around, I gathered into a field manual called Take Back Your Data. It's over at hankcalloway.com if you want it. If you don't, no matter, the rest is right here. Now let me do the honest half, because there are folks who genuinely should plug one in. Because I'm not here to scare you off a thing that helps some people. If you're truly a calm driver, and be honest with yourself about that, and you're with one of the discount-only companies I named, then the worst that happens is you break even, and the best is real money back. And here's the group it actually pays off for the most: low-mileage drivers. If you're retired or you work from home, or this is a second vehicle that barely turns a wheel, say under about 12,000 miles a year, the pay-per-mile versions, like Metro Mile or the low-mileage plans, can save you a genuine chunk because you're finally not paying for miles you never drive. Most of them even cap the daily miles so one road trip doesn't wreck it. And I'll put real numbers on it so you know I'm being square. A genuinely careful driver saves somewhere around $200 a year on these on average, and some do better. The low-mileage folks who barely turn a wheel can save $600, even more. That is not nothing, and I'd be lying to you if I told you nobody comes out ahead. Plenty of people do, and they're the ones this was actually built for. So the trap was never the whole idea. The trap is plugging a program that can surcharge you into a truck you drive hard, and just assuming the algorithm's going to see you the gentle way you see yourself. It might not. And here's the piece they really don't put in the ad. That score you build up, it doesn't always stay between you and your insurer. It can get attached to a file on you, the same kind of consumer file run by a company called LexisNexis that other insurance companies pull up when you go shopping for a better rate. So a bad telematics score can quietly follow you right to the next company. Now I want to be straight with you, because there's a lot of noise on this. This is not the same as the scandal you may have heard about. That one was the car companies. General Motors got caught red-handed selling people's driving straight to the brokers. These insurance apps you opt into are a bit different. Mostly, they use what they collect to price you, not to sell you off. But you read the fine print because some of them reserve the right to share it de-identified, and that's a slippery little word. And know this, you are entitled to pull your own LexisNexis file for free and see exactly what's sitting in it. One practical note on the plug-in box, since I'm a mechanic first. If your car sits for days at a stretch, a weekend car, a truck you only drive some weeks, that little box in the port can help run your battery down because it stays awake trying to phone home even while you're parked. The company will tell you the draw is tiny, and on a car you drive every day, they're right, it's nothing. But folks with cars that sit have come out to a dead battery more than once and traced it right back to that device. If yours sits, that's worth knowing. So how do you get out of it or stay out? This is the easy one, honestly. That's the good news. It's opt-in, so if you never signed up, you're already clear. Just tell them no when they push it. And if you did sign up and you've thought better of it, unplug that box and mail it back or delete the app off your phone, and then call them and formally opt out of the program. You keep your policy. You keep your coverage. You just go back to a plain old rate that's based on the normal stuff, not on a computer grading your every stop. Don't leave the thing sitting in your port or running in your pocket while you decide. Opt out clean. So step back and here's the whole of it. This is the one tracker you actually control because you're the one who says yes to it. It can save a careful, low-mileage driver real money, and it can quietly raise the bill of somebody who drives normal and just got graded harsh. The power here is the same as always, knowing what it is before you say yes. Ask your company one plain question. Can this program only give me a discount, or can it raise my rate? Make them answer it. And if they can raise it, think long and hard before you hand them the wheel. I'm Hank. About 40 years turning wrenches, the last stretch on a dealer floor, and no insurance company pays me a nickel, which is exactly why I'll tell you to read the fine print they're hoping you won't. Do me a favor down in the comments. Tell me what your insurance company's program is and whether they told you straight if it can raise your rate or only lower it, because the answers are going to help the next person decide. And if you want it all written down, it's in the manual. Watch out for each other.